Hello, 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 hello. I am back. Oh my God. I know I've been saying that. But, at the end of last year, it was just so crazy. Like, my body was just like, I'm not going to work for you. I'm not going to do anything. And so I'm so excited because this month I have scheduled. Oh, let me share this to my group. I have scheduled lives, like a lot of lives this month. So, first of all, if you're on, say hi. Let me know that you're here. And tell me how you're doing. How are you guys doing? There are times in our lives. Let me see if I can see the comments. You guys, can you comment for me? There are times in our lives where we have to pull back from what we want and take care of ourselves. So at the end of last year, I had a parasite and hormone issues and all these things. And okay, so let me see if I can see comments. Okay, Danielle, Brenda. Okay, let me comment on here because I can't see the comments on here. So a little trick for you guys. If you guys go live ever and you can't see comments, just comment yourself. Okay, Brenda's here. Danielle, how are you? How are you doing? Wow, it's been a hot minute. Okay, so many things. This is going to be the best live that you've ever seen. Jess is here. Jess. Okay, Danielle's doing great. How's everybody else doing? Jess, how are you doing? Brenda, how are you doing? Guys, this is going to be the best fucking live that you sing. I know I do, all my lives are great, but you've got to stay here. Because I have this message that wants to come through me. Side note, I'm back to wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I don't know, was it 2 weeks ago that we had the freeze, that I had no power, no electricity. I was in my house. My house is 35 degrees. 35 degrees in my house for 60 hours. Basil and I did a lot of snuggling. Hey Janine, how are you? How are you? Recently I had to follow soul and end things with my someone better. Manifesting. Okay. I got you. I totally got you. Okay. Yes, sometimes you have to do that. Share to a group. I'm still trying to share this thing. Let's see. Okay. Create a post. How to become irresistible to a high value man. Chelsea, how are you? It was so cold. Luckily, I only lost power for 20 hours. Oh yeah, I was out for 60 hours and it was 35 degrees in my apartment. And near the end of it, I was on Facebook, right? In the groups, in the Girl Talk ATX, all the groups that were like, my pipes are bursting, my pipes are bursting. So the last day, 12 hours, I packed all my shit. Everything in my house that I wanted to keep, and I put it all on my couch. And I was ready to evacuate. Because my neighbors, the next building up, they got flooded out. And I'm like, I have a few pictures. I don't have a lot. It all fit on my couch, right? But I'm like, I better be proactive. Okay, I finally shared that to my Facebook group. Again, you guys turn on your notifications because this month is going to be fucking epic. I'm going to be doing lives all through the week. Maybe not every day, but nearly every day, okay? I'm fucking back, and I'm serious, and this is going to be the best year ever. And you guys, I'm taking all of you with me. Danielle, Chelsea, Brenda, Janine, Jess, we're all up leveling. Okay, so who's here Erica, who's here? Who here wants to up level? Type in up level if that is you, because we are going to the next level, right? If that's not you, then you're in the wrong place, obviously. Hey, Nichole, it's going to be the best year ever. It is. So we're going to go to the next level, because last year, that level wasn't working for us, right? We got to go to the next level. Okay. Hey, Jess. You guys, oh, I love that you guys all know each other. Up level. Okay. Get a few more up levels in here. Okay, so Matt, how are you doing? This is actually for you too, Matt. So this is for up level, up level, up level. This is for you if you're in a relationship right now. This is for you if you're trying to manifest your soulmate. This is especially for you if you're one of those two people and you own a business. If you own a business, if you're a business owner, type in business. Right? Type in business if you own a business. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Naomi, how are you? Type in business if you own a business, because this is so critical for you. And this is also for you if you are a guy looking for a high value woman, because the things that I'm going to say, you can just like make it apply to you. It's going to make sense. It's going to make sense, okay? So stay on, right? Because I've seen a lot of guys choose women without this like specific thing that I'm going to talk about. And I've never talked about this before. In fact, I've downplayed this because it didn't quite resonate with me. Okay. Matt says business. Chelsea says business. I know there's some other business. Danielle, you own a business, don't you? Okay. So, again, turn on your notifications if you don't have that so that you can see when I go live. I'm going to try to go live at 3 every day that I go live. Okay. Who wants... all the women here, who wants a masculine man? Type in masculine, or just type in M if masculine's too long. Type in M if you are looking for a masculine man. And it hit me that right now, my relationship right now with Marco, he is the most, there you are, Jess. Brenda wants a masculine man. If you want a masculine man, type in M. He's the most masculine man that I've ever been with. And he was like, I told him that, he was like, oh God. Jess wants a masculine man. Jess, okay, awesome. Brenda. Naomi wants a masculine man. Okay. Has that been a problem for you guys? Have you had a hard time finding a masculine man? Kelly, how are you? Okay, type in M if you want a masculine man. Jessica, me, okay. Kelly, yes, okay. Yeah, right? You want a high value masculine man, right? Does everyone know what high value is? Someone that there's a lot of value to that person, right? Someone probably on your level, right? A match for you, right? High level. Okay, so you guys want a masculine man. Okay, awesome. Yes, right? But it's kind of a problem. So here's what happened to me. After my ex-husband I married him in 2001, right? Long time ago, after he cheated on me, and after my dad said he was leaving the family. Yes, I wasn't sure if I wanted one specifically, but I have so many feminine guys. The older I get, the less of a match that seems. Yeah. Kelly, how are you? How are you doing? Stay on this. Everyone stay on here because this is going to be the best. Oh yeah, this is totally, it'll make sense for you, right? Because it'll make sense, Okay, so it's for you too, don't worry. So after all of that, and I figured out that relationships don't last, and like my parents' marriage fell apart after 24 years. I'm good, just work a lot. Ooh, yeah. Their marriage fell apart, and I was like, oh my God, I don't believe in marriage. And then I went and got married that year, right? So I did things to protect myself. I made sure that I was in control of everything. I knew the finances, and I was doing this stuff, and I thought that I was being a good wife, right? Taking care of my husband, right? Making sure the bills were paid. And literally when I left, I had to teach him how, this was back, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. This is back in the days when people actually wrote checks, right? I had to teach him how to write a check because I controlled everything in the household. In fact, I controlled everything. I didn't let him do a damn thing for me. Didn't let him to buy me flowers. And in fact, I was like, flowers, that's a waste, right? And what that did, does anyone resonate with this? Where you're afraid that it's not going to last, so you know you have to take care of yourself, right? And especially if you run a business, right? You can't depend on anyone, so you have to take care of yourself. You're the one that drives your business forward, right? You have to be independent, right? And so you're taking care of yourself, you're in control of your life, and you are showing up as this high value, independent woman. Here's the thing. It's emasculating. It's emasculating to men. It's not that your independence is emasculating. It's the way we are showing up. We are not showing up in our feminine. Now, I've never talked about this, about being feminine, showing up in our feminine, because it didn't really resonate with me. I'm not this Erica, stop talking about me. Okay. I'm talking about all of you. Raise your hand if this is you. Put a 1 in the comments if I am talking about you. Because I know Erica's not the only one, right? You have a business, and if you don't have a business, you have a high demanding job. You have children that you need to take care of, especially as a single mom, right? And so you're doing all these things. You're in control. You're having to show up in your masculine, which is fine, but you're not turning it off in your relationships. It's not even safe for you to turn it off in your relationships, right? You don't feel safe because they're not stepping up. They're not showing up in the masculine, so you have to take that role. Am I right? 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 Put a 2 in the comments if the men that you've been with, or the women, if the women haven't been showing up in their feminine, if the men that you've been with, if they have not been showing up in their masculine, if they've been more feminine, put a 2 in the comments if they've been more feminine. And for the guys on, you can say for if the women are showing up in their feminine. Wait, what? Fuck. Matt, make that make sense. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. Yeah. So, Erica, you're not the only one. Totally get this. So here's the thing. Here's why I don't really talk about the feminine. It doesn't really resonate with me. And there's a hierarchy, right? So if you focus on what I teach, do you guys know what I teach? If you focus on what I teach, you're going to automatically show up in the feminine or the masculine if you're Matt, right? Do you guys know what I teach? What is it? Pop quiz. What do I teach? If you do this, you're going to automatically show up in the feminine in your relationships, right? Do you guys know what it is? Living a soul-led life. Following your soul. Following your soul. Right? So I teach you to heal your past. Follow your soul. Hi, I'm a man. I am also a gentleman. So if a woman shows up in her masculine and refuses to show any feminine, I'll hold back the masculine most of the time. Yes! Fuck yes! Exactly. Oh. And how many of you women are looking for partners? I'm going to piggyback off Matt. How many of you are looking for a partner? Type in partner in the comments if you're looking for a partner. What are you looking for? Partner? Husband? Soulmate? Type in the comments. What are you looking for? Right? Partner. Here's where, partner. Okay. Here's where we're getting in trouble. If you want a partner, you're going to attract a feminine man. A man that shows up in their feminine. Right? You want, if you really want a masculine man, you've got to want a soulmate, a husband. I think I have a hard time with what is feminine. I feel I am feminine in many ways, but it might not be the most impactful ways. So what I'm saying is if you're asking for a partner, you're going to get a partner. It's going to be more of a transaction, right? It's going to be more of, I did this, you now you need to do that. It's going to be an exchange, right? If you're looking for a soulmate, a husband, that is completely different, right? It's not a business deal. Relationships, we have been treating relationships as business deals. And this is why the divorce rate is so high. Husband, soulmate. Jessica? Yeah. Well, I gave you guys the answer, right? Yeah. So you want a husband, has soulmate. By the way, that's not indictment, just how I personally. No, Matt. That is how men are taught to operate, because that's the respectful thing. Absolutely. You're doing the right thing. We, women, are just programmed wrong, and then we're programming the men to show up as partners. No, you're right. You're totally right. Makes sense now. I believe everyone should share the roles. And I'm not, that's fine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not financially independent, but I sure like to take charge of some things, make plans, just share the roles. Yeah, that is nothing to do with what I'm saying, but yeah, totally. Soulmate husband, by the way, okay, it's good. It's good feedback. Yeah, absolutely. So, it's not about sharing the roles. It's not about, it just goes really deep. You're looking at it and you're like, I do want a partner, right? I want a partner, but that's not what I want. That's not what my soul wants. My soul wants a soulmate. When they are your soulmate, right? Again, when you get your soulmate, then you have a partner, right? It's second. It's just like, I don't teach being in the feminine, because when you do this, when you follow what I say and you lead a soul-led life, right? You follow your soul, right? Then you automatically start showing up in the feminine, right? So it's like none of that matters, but it does, because that's a piece of following your soul. That's a piece of having your soulmate. Yeah, Marco and I are going to run we're planning out tons of businesses, and working together, and like, okay, I'm doing this, you're doing that, but I show up in my feminine. I'm submissive, right? And not submissive in the way that I don't get what I want, right? But submissive in a respect way, right? In a feminine way. But we've been taught that these things are bad. And we've also been taught, well, you spent most of your life taking care of yourself, not trusting men, we don't even honestly, okay, a little honesty here. Who trusts the masculine? Who here trusts? If you trust the masculine, like really trust, type in trust. If you don't trust the masculine, type in don't trust. Or fear. Like, we fear the masculine, because if a guy shows up in this masculine, right, that could be scary. We lose control, right? Who here fears that? Type in fear if you have, like, if you're like, okay, yeah, I would probably say I'm a little afraid. But if you fully trust, yeah. Thank you, Jess. Thank you. Don't trust, yeah. So you want a masculine man, but you don't trust. Fear, yep. So here's what you do. Okay, if you guys are on here and you have not gotten my healing video, my free healing video, type in healing. I'll send that to you after this. But it's a fine line. It's a very fine line, right? You need to heal before you can show up in your feminine, right? Before you can fully show up as you, right? It takes a lot to trust somebody. Now, some of you guys know, Erica! Okay, that's fine. Some of you guys know that when I was having my chronic pain, that Marco was helping me with the physical therapy, right? Like, I don't know if you saw my post yesterday, but like, Marco knows everything about everything. So he's a physical therapist, and he was helping me with my physical therapy. And it was such a traumatic thing for me to be going through 4 years of chronic pain, and everything that we did kept getting worse, right? And I kept trying to show up and do my workouts and push myself, right? And at one time he was like, no. And I was like, please help me. He's like, you got to stop doing this shit. You have got to stop doing this shit. And I was like, I will do anything you tell me. I was so physically broken before him, and I had to learn to trust, really deeply trust. Fear that isn't stable, permanent behavior. It isn't stable, permanent behavior. Oh, yeah. If you're showing up, if you're following your soul, if you're showing up in your feminine, then it's going to be permanent, right? So our outside world, the people that we're attracting, that's not the problem. The problem is, who just jumped on? The problem is us. When we change, our world around us changes, right? When we change, when we heal, everything, all this, isn't an issue. right? So I had to learn. Kelly, how are you? That helps me, thanks. I knew it was for you, Matt. Hi, Neil. That's who I saw. Okay, yeah, I was like, I think that's Neil, but I can barely see that. So it's about showing up in your feminine. But, like, that doesn't matter. And I'm going to get on here this month and I'm going to talk about how, like, codependency doesn't matter. Your love language doesn't matter. I'm going all in, right? Good. And you? I have to go back and watch the video. Yes, this is, like, the best fucking live I've ever done in my life. So you do have to. So I teach this higher level, living a soul-led life. When you do this, you don't need to worry about the love language. You don't need to, but you do need to show up for my live when I do that. That'll be later this month. You don't need to worry about codependency because that's taken care of. Like, the top. You go, I take you to the top, right? I'm teaching you the things that matter. Like, I don't worry about, like, all the terminology, like, yeah, okay, learn your love language, but that's actually keeping you, and I'll tell you about this later, that's actually keeping you from love by fixating on your love language, right? I'll go into that later, but sign up for my notifications on my page and make sure you keep showing up because this month is going to change your life. So the other thing is, I want to ask you guys, do you guys feel like you are close? Like you are close to manifesting your soulmate. You are close to healing. You are close to, finishing your person. Not that we ever finish, but like you're close to manifesting your soulmate. You are close to getting into that relationship. You might even be in a relationship. Type in close if you feel like you're close. And you have this feeling that you're so close, but maybe you've been close for years, right? And maybe you're doing all the things that I list out, right? That I talk about, like reprogramming your past relationships, healing your generational trauma, right? Healing your past. You're close. But here's the thing. You've been close for a long time. All of you have been close for a long time. And you can continue to be close for a very long time. Because you're doing, here's the thing, you're doing the right work. You're doing the personal development work. You're taking the course, like most all of you have taken all my courses. You've worked with me. You're doing the work, right? But you're not doing the right work in the right way specific to you. Specific to you. So I know so many times we're like, okay, I'm doing the personal development work. I'm doing the healing work. I've been doing healing work for 7 years. I've been journaling. Why isn't he here? Why isn't he here? It's knowing how to flip that switch. How to go from close to having what you want. If you don't have what you want right now, you are blocked. You are blocked. Right? So, do you guys actually want to know how to take something like my healing video and and learn how to actually heal your past, your specific trauma, and actually get past those blocks and flip that switch, right? So I am opening 3 spots to work with me privately, very high end, over the next 6 months, right? And I am calling this Irresistible. How to attract a high value woman, man, whatever you got. I'm like looking at Matt's name and I'm like, he threw me off. How to attract a high value man. Or if you're a guy, then flip that to woman. Make it make sense for you, right? So this is a very high level container where we will help you, we will work together to heal your past generational trauma, your past relationships, so that you never repeat those past patterns. We will help you get to that other side, flip that switch, right? Specifically, what do you need to heal? How do you actually need to do that, right? You don't need to spend 7 years doing this. And if you've done that, you're going to stay there for a very long time. If you've been close for years, you're going to continue to be close, right? I know so many people who have done like my free stuff, because my stuff is so amazing, right? My free challenge, my webinars, they will actually manifest their soulmate. And then what happens? Their soulmate disappears. Like they'll manifest it and then unmanifest exactly what they had, right? And I'm not saying that that's not their soulmate. I'm saying you can't just apply this information that I give you on your own. It does not work. It doesn't. If you want something deep, like a deep soulmate connection, you've got to go deep with the work. You've got to go deeper than whatever you've been doing for the last 7 years, than your journaling, than your healing work. Like, it's not enough. It's not enough. Right? So, if this is speaking to you, let me know, message me. This is a 5-figure investment, which we can talk about payment plans and all that, over the next 6 months. And I only have 3 spots available. And it's going to change the rest of your life. Honestly, you know, we go to college, right? And we spend all this money for 4 years for a career that most of us never even get into. And relationships are it's the one thing that we actually want to last our entire life. And we're doing nothing for that. This is your solution. You know, I used to think that I never wanted to get married again because I was so afraid of getting divorced again. I know I'm not the only one. Who's afraid to get married? Type in afraid. If you're afraid to get married because you might get divorced, type in afraid. If you are afraid to get married because you might get divorced. Right? I was so afraid of that. And I didn't even know that I didn't believe in marriage, right? That's not believing in marriage. If you want to know, Brenda, afraid, Jess, afraid, if you want to know for sure that this is going to work, you've got to go so deep, Matt. You've got to go so deep that your soul is certain about this. Right? I'm not the marrying type. I never have been the marrying type. For 20 years, I wasn't the marrying type. Marco is 10 times more not the marrying type because we didn't believe in it. But we've done the work and now we know. Like, I'm like, of course this is going to work. Like, I know this is going to work. Right? And now I have the relationship that I've never had before. Everything, like more than, like if I put all his stuff on a resume, I would be like, is this one person? Did you guys read that post? How he's been in the Olympics, pro boxer, bodybuilding competitions, which, like, score, right? Like, who wants to know? Who here wants to know for sure that this is going to work? That your next relationship will be your last relationship, right? Who wants to know, right? Put a heart in the comments if you want to know for sure. This is the solution. This is the highest level. What I teach is the highest level. It's not, femininity is this much of it, right? And I know you guys had a lot of aha moments on this live. But we can't just make ourselves believe without anything changing, right? You're not going to believe that you're going to get a Porsche tomorrow unless something changes between now and then. Like you're not just going to be like, okay, I have the faith, I'm going to manifest a Porsche. No, that's not how it works. You've got to change something in your life to actually believe that you're going to get a different outcome, right? Okay. So if this is speaking to you, if you want one of my 3 spots, DM me after this. Or if you're like Matt, and you're just like, I'm just going to call her and hire her. He did that to me once. Call me, whatever. But if this is speaking to you and you are serious, if you are serious about Matt's like, oh yeah, I did that. I just called her right on after a live. And hired me on the spot. So if this is speaking to you and you're like, I want to know that this next person is my last person that I will ever, like, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with them, then let's work together. DM me. I'm here for you. If you have questions, concerns, like, obviously we'll talk those out and see if this is a right fit for us to work together. Okay? Again, turn on your notifications and make sure you keep showing up because I'm going to keep doing lives all this month. Probably not on the weekends, but all this month, okay? Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.